tanks and be in front, like a hero that you really don't want to jump on. Underlord definitely.
That was terrible as a 3.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to like think of a hero that would have been it, but I don't know.
I will say I think Underlord's very good against the Bloodseeker matchup because you essentially Bloodseeker, his biggest strength obviously is the movement speed, right? And Underlord just denies a certain area for the Bloodseeker to go in, so you just kind of huddle around that area, and either he has BKB or he's screwed against the Pit of Malice, right? In the same way, Underlord counters the Lycan for that very reason. The lane's a bit better for Bloodseeker, but it's still not great. And I think that for this game, I like the Underlord. I think it's pretty.
Well, you know what else you could do is
very good against Tiny too.
What's the classic counter to Bloodseeker, Oliver?
What is the classic counter?
You should know this. Your profile picture is still Bloodseeker. What happens?
Yeah, no,
you
like
ulti a support, and what do they do immediately?
30 seconds to
TP?
Yes. Now you have, guess
what?
what?
Okay, you mean the TP.
You have Fiend's Gate as well to just leave.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was difficult. I'm sorry. You had to walk me through that one. I had no clue. I was thinking Shadow Demon. That's the hero. Because Shadow Demon has the demonic purge, right? And you can't fight with Blood Rage. And I always think classic counter to Bloodseeker, Shadow Demon.
Hound Portal Scroll. It's the classic counter to Bloodseeker.
Yeah, you got me there. That's very true. Yeah, the gate is good. You know what's also good is the aura, actually. And the Atrophy aura tends to be pretty good. Most builds on Bloodseeker, you build the Maelstrom, but afterwards, there used to be, it was very common to go for SNY or some version of stats. Bloodseeker's a good stat user. He has a great stat gain as well, right? So he's a hero that gets really screwed by his base damage being reduced greatly. Especially because if you hit a bunch, with your, you have a lot of attack speed, you hit a lot, but you don't deal any damage. Underlord could even go for a Crimson Guard if you really wanted to cancel him. It's not even that crazy here against Beastmaster and Bloodseeker.
Right.
I think it's going to be Wraith Pact, but I'm just saying.
All right, Alvaro. There are 2 heroes in the game on opposite sides. Don't look yet. There are 2 heroes on opposite sides.
Okay.
That have the identical item build. Identical item build starting from the gate. Can you guess which of these 2 heroes?
Are they the same position?
They are not the same position. They are 2 cores, though.
Oh.
Opposite sides.
2 cores.
Yeah, the exact same item build.
The battle begins.
Bloodseeker and Underlord?
No, close. It's not. You're not close. Actually, you're completely wrong. It's Weaver and Beastmaster have the exact same items: Magic Wand and 3 GG branches.
Okay. Okay. So Magic Wand against Pugna makes perfect sense. Magic Wand against. What's the beast? Oh, I guess for the CM, because he thought he was going to face the CM, right?
I suppose so, right? Instead,
Yeah,
he's going to be sorely disappointed to once again see Zip Zapper, this Giga Chad in the bottom lane, completely alone. He's played so far. This is his 2nd match with the team, and they haven't given him a laning partner. He's still getting hazed.
Yeah. You think maybe that was their plan the whole time? We're like hyping up how clever the tri-lane was. Like, oh, we're going to tri-lane no matter what. That was the plan. We think tri-lanes are just strong right now. It's interesting, right? Because I would say that you want to always run CM versus Beastmaster. So
yeah,
I'm a little bit surprised by this.
I agree. I think the board just gets free licks in here, and of course they don't hurt yet, but eventually this will start to add up, especially because of course Underlord is not going to be able to do anything. This is a Skywrath mage with 0 armor, might I add, who is having no problem just skipping the waves. This hero's not built to do this. He is fast, one of the faster heroes, no longer in that top echelon because he got nerfed by 5 move
You're right
speed.
about the 0.
Yeah, he shouldn't really be able to do this. You get 1 support with a slow, and he just dies to the creep wave. But of course, Underlord is not going to be able to do much to contest.
And while he can technically kill the boards with Firestorm, and it's fine, like since he's solo, he can't really commit to those, right? Again, Underlord was not bad against Beastmaster. I just think that if you pick the CM, you might as well run it against Beast, right?
A little bit of act.
That's the only thing. They will cancel Bloodseeker though, and that is a good thing. Obviously, dual lane versus tri-lane. No matter what heroes you get, most of the time tri-lane will win. And Bloodseeker is a carry that depends a lot on his laning prowess. If lane does not go too well for you, you feel like you've kind of wasted the pick compared to a lot of other carries that do the same thing Bloodseeker does, but with a worse laning state. Gork will have a good lane too. It is a good use of the Weaver. Weaver, I would say, is one of the best defensive tri-lane carries. Back in the day when this was popular, Weaver would always win. All right. This is very bad. First blood for Otakar. So the pressure you can put on this tri-lane kind of nullified by the fact that he just got a first blood.
Yeah, it's a lot of free waves for Gork at the very least. He's going to be pretty good for CS. They've blocked both of the camps. Or sorry, one of the camps, the easy camp, and they've maintained control over the hard camp, even as they attempted to stack it. But still, first blood for Otakar is going to do well to recover him. Oh, and they will end up rotating a support down bottom, but again, it's not the one I expected. It will be Pablo instead, who has Scatter Blast here currently at level 1. I could definitely see a lot of kill potential here if she ends up taking Little Shredder combined with the Pit of Malice eventually. That's probably just, honestly, a kill into Ahri on its own. But it's going to be a while here until they have that online. A Zip Zapper will put 2 points here into the Atrophy Aura.
Maybe the logic is, since Beastmasters these days are going much more for the aura, right? Maybe they think, oh, CM is no longer such a counter to him. Because Beastmasters now take like 2 points in Axis. They actually don't go for their own inner beast. Instead, they go for the Wraith Band. Oh, sorry, for the Wraith Pact. So maybe that's why they think stronger laner with Gork, you know, easy win.
Yeah, and Gork's doing a fantastic job in this lane. Once again, already up to 10 denies. So he is doing extremely well in the deny department in both games. Reminder, in game 1, he was matching the Enigma in the laning stage to, 1-to-1 for denies. They are going to actually rotate away again from Gork's lane. Currently heading mid, I believe, is the Maiden to deny a water refill of Supreme. We'll see here if they can coordinate that. Looks fairly easy. Actually, Supreme's just... They're going to leave. Yep. They're actually going to let him get the water refill.
She's just not going to go. Yeah.
She made the walk. She stole the bounty, and she's like, whatever. The Rock can have water. It won't be that bad.
Yeah, Supreme will just have it. Yeah, you'll just be able to walk to it. I mean, this lane is a very unexciting lane, right? Just 2 strength heroes hitting each other. Excalibur should lead though, because Breathe Fire reduces the damage by Supreme a lot, and as a DK, you have pretty high base damage, good attack animation. So the last hitting is more of last hitting prowess than it is a show that anyone's winning in play.
Already going pretty early on into the Helm, as he already has, of course, the Helm of the Iron Will, and might be in for a bit of trouble here. That bonus armor is going to keep him alive against the physical damage, and the magic damage there, even with an early second point in Firestorm, is not going to pick up the kill onto the Beastmaster.
So he's going for Helm this time. All right, interesting.
Kidaro top is going to die.
That's going to be... good kill on Kidaro. Once again, Gork taking advantage of the biggest strength of this Weaver pick, which was the laning. As long as lane goes well, right? At least the pick has purpose.
Yeah.
So.
Gork, he started off with 3 branches, the magic wand, and went, that's all the stats I need, thank you very much. Give me the javelin. Now he's right-clicking for plenty of damage.
Yeah, I'm assuming Rush Maelstrom because you don't need boots on Weaver, or at least definitely not early. And I don't know, is Lincoln still a thing? This is a really good Lincoln's game for this Weaver, right? Even if you can cancel
it feels necessary even. And that's the issue I've always had with Carry Weaver. Even though Lincoln's is a very viable item to slot in as cores these days, it doesn't feel like an amazing first item. It just... I don't know, the regen is nice, the damage is okay.
Talk to Hector about that. He disagrees with you. He saw +2 stats. He was like, you know what? This is the best
you know
item
what
on
Hector
any
also did? They ended up picking him Wraith King in a Game 3 main stage at LAN, even though that was his, he broke up with the hero, and they won with it. So, Hector can be wrong.
That's true, actually. Okay. Richie's saying, can eat my ass, but in a nicer way here. Gork, he is going to be going for the Lincolns here with the Ring of Health. I actually think the Lincoln is pretty decent. I do agree his first item is bad, but I think as an second item is good. Yep. Especially because you can build Perseverance in lane, which is always great. Yeah. So if Gork does, that's just the Ring of Health, honestly, that's fine. You don't really need mana on Weaver. You go finish Maelstrom, then build the Lincolns. I'd be happy with that. Yeah.
To be clear, I do think it's the right item for him this game. I don't know what else he builds. It's a kind of a tough Weaver game, so he has to, but I don't really like it as a first item for the Weaver if they can get away with it. Unfortunately, it's not one of those games for Gork. We'll see here how they can look to recover. So far, so good, though, in the laning stage.
Zip bottom? I think he's... Oh, no, the Axis? Level 3 Axis all the way for Shibit. Oh. He's going to get the kill. Pablo also in trouble. He's going to get a double kill here. Okay. Axis build coming to play. Very interesting, Shibit. And he did go for 3 points in Axis. Crystal main or not, he was committed to this before the match, and he's decided for it.
Yes, he was, as Gork, with a nice juke there, is going to easily avoid the Bloodorite. Oh, are they going to actually make a play here for him? They might try. They need a little bit more of these Javelin procs. Maybe just one more can't do it here, thanks to a great Decrepify from Kidaro. Will leave. Oh my goodness, the Nether Ward undefended, and Bengen most likely to die for this. Oh, the Maiden moves speed swift as the Wolves of Ice Rack. So he's going to be able to avoid the Bloodorite damage, and she barely makes it out of here alive. Second Elder Dragon form in the mid lane as well for Excalibur. He's starting to do some very serious chip damage to this tower.
Yeah, because Supreme can't do much, right? You can either Avatos him and hope that someone comes to help you. There we go. There we go. There's the Avatos I was talking about. Someone comes to help you.
He's so tanky.
Still not enough damage though. Excalibur will just survive this. He went for 4 points in Dragon's Blood and 2 bracers plus Soul Ring like last game. So
yeah, he does not care about this thirst either. That's the second time he's used Soul Ring to put himself in thirst threshold. He's like, well, I don't care. They can see me. They can't kill me. I don't care.
yeah, that's true. Pablo, the silence is not gonna phase in here. Oh, in fact, doesn't phase Supreme either. There's the Fiend's Gate. Zip Zapper.
Back.
Just coming in for the hit. He leaves.
Back to farm the medium camp. I like it though. Getting involved early on in these kills. The assist gold matters. And they even force out the Fortify. Because of course, how Fiend's Gate work, and because Shibe went for max axe build, he's not going to be able to very easily push his tower down. So he's not going to be extremely punished for this little move either, by any means.
Yeah. This time, by the way, we talk a lot about the Weaver, but it is a much more free DK game than last time, right? Yes, Scarlet Mage and Tiny is a bit of a nuisance, but once you get BKB, that's solved, right? And they don't have much of the extra stuff like the breaks they had last game, things like that. So I can imagine Excalibur having a much easier time. And once again, the Breathe Fire against Tiny, especially if you go for like Blink Echo build, still popular on mid-Tinies, it stops a big source of your damage.
Yeah, I mean, even like
that plus
a Blink stun just to find a Pugna strikes me as a very realistic possibility in these team fights, right? Pugna, this very annoying position 5 hero, especially in early fights when life drain heals an intense amount. If you can just put a stop to that very quickly, or even prevent another ward from coming down, I think that's a very good use of a Blink stun on DK. As Shibe is now getting to work down bottom.
You're right. If you prevent another ward from going down, that's the biggest win you can get on Excalibur. Genuinely. Like if he manages to kill a Pugna before another ward comes out, that's which is why it's a well-utilized team for leading, right? If they get some early towers, they start putting some pressure on the map. Again, that's the strength of the DK. They get some aggressive wards going, and they can decide where and when to fight. It becomes more likely that the scenario we just described happens.
Shibe, you know, this lane's going pretty well, to be honest. He's not been, I would say, quote-unquote, punished for going for wild axes. He's, I think, the most farmed hero in the game right now. In fact, let me switch over to
I think it's just the build.
I guess
I think it's just a better build, genuinely.
I guess it is. I imagine there are some lanes where you can apply much more pressure with wards. This clearly wasn't one of them, right? So
no, it's under order.
Yeah, it's definitely the build this game, and there's a Maiden, right, who can TP bottom if things get really out of hand. But yeah, I mean, it's worked out very nicely. Whether it's the builds or not, I can't be 100% certain, but it is the right move this game, in my opinion, for Shibe. So well done. Much more impact.
I'm really curious about
so far.
What I'm really curious about is what the build is going to turn into, right? Like, is he going to go Axe and really commit to the Axes, or will he go into the Wraith Pack?
Okay, he's going to end up tanking a Rupture for that, as another ward nearly kills him off solo. That is going to be, however, trouble in exchange for Kadaro, as Excalibur will rotate mid with his third cast of Dragon form. He finds the Courier of Kadaro. It's not a bad bonus. Kisses raining down from Pablo, trying to find himself with Skywrath Mage now with the slows. It's an easy kill, however, silenced up by the Bloodrite and taking a bit of damage. They're trying to fight here a little bit. Another kill there, this time elsewhere onto Zip Zapper. That would have been down bottom, as Shibe is still applying pressure elsewhere on the map. But it's just going to be a 1-for-0 here in the top lane. 1-for-1, pardon, as the Maiden and the Skywrath Mage both drop.
Excalibur laughing to himself. They really want to kill me, guys, and then Snapfire. And he caught out by the Avatos. There's Bengen going for the freezing field as well. Swarm. Gork hoping to kill Kidaro. Easier kill for sure, but he's disarmed for now. The last hit will do the trick. Kidaro will fall as Otakar does snag the kill here on Pablo. He has been stopped for a second with a Frostbite. Help from the Fiend's Gate. And thanks to the Crystal Nova, maybe they have a chance. Otakar's going to lose a lot of his movement speed soon.
There's no point
but they don't have any pit of malice to set up for this.
So Otakar's just going to leave. Nice job there, joining the fight pretty early on. Excalibur as well, he's going to start to rotate on over to the mid lane, as there's going to be a second Rupture in this fight from Otakar. That's going to be a kill onto Excalibur as Shibe steals it with Mr. Stomps. However, Team Bald, it seems like they're going to get what they came for, as Zip Zapper is going to TP to the top, to the top lane and push down this tier 1 tower with Fork. Might be tower for tower though. Shibe here pushes pretty fast, has the full Vlads already, and it will be Helm of the Overlord to answer your question. A little bit early there for Mr. Stomps.
Okay. I mean, look, I'm okay with this too, right? It's just that, again, the Wraith Pack build is so popular. The question is, afterwards, do you still go back for the Wraith Pack? Seems like a useless use of the Vlads, right? Double Vlads, not really good. So maybe you go for Ags instead?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just traditional Beastmaster and it's just BKBs.
Yeah, I mean, Kadara could always go for the Wraith Pact. It is really weird double Vlads, I agree, but if you really want it, I guess.
I mean, if a support gets it, it's different. Like, a support's not meant to stay alive. He's meant to, like, leave the totem and die. If an offlaner gets it, it's more about staying alive and also providing the aura to your team, right? So I think it would be different. If Shiba goes for 2 Wraith or Wraith Pact and the Vlads, that would be odd. Because you're losing essentially a whole bunch of stats just because the items are good, right? Maelstrom finished on Gork, by the way. Now the question is, will he now start building the Lincolns, or does he go for something like, say, BKB for like an early timing?
Once again, he saves up so much gold every time, like 700 gold while he decides on his next item. I don't think this is a bad move by any means. I think he broke a smoke there.
Oh.
So he's going to be able to
laps
back. Pablo looking to rejoin the fight. Bengen leading the charge. The Crystal Maiden, Battle Maiden getting in there, giving the vision. That's going to result in a kill onto Supreme, but it's going to be Gork who is forced to park himself thanks to the rupture of Odeker. That should just be a 1-for-1, but obviously a much better trade there for Bald as they trade the 5 for the mid.
Gork's reaction is really on point this series, huh? The Omni Slash last game, that was a really good time lapse.
Yeah. He's always been really good at spellcasting, I think, to be honest. The game that really strikes me is, I believe, their series versus Alliance, where as a Dusa, he ends up breaking a Smoke Gank, and he barely gets off the Stone Gaze before he's hit by a Ravage, a point-blank Ravage. It was like a blink Ravage, right?
Oh, wow.
And he gets off Stone Gaze, and he just lives. Like, I think he's a good player, you know? Gork, I assume my check is in the mail from what we discussed in Stockholm. Thank you.
That's why Richie calls him my streamer.
My streamer.
I call him our streamer, right? Kidaro. Dragon Tail is ready. I don't think Kidaro's going to live this. They do stack the stuns, but it doesn't really matter.
Nope, not against
yeah, decrep him.
Not against the Pugda. Maiden is nearly killing herself on all of these Netherwoods, though. So be careful for that. I believe Bengen's play he was trying to make when he got ruptured top lane was he was planning on just letting it go top and using that 20 bonus armor to just tank through the tower and facilitate a dive. But if he did that, he would have literally gotten blown up by Netherward, so it just looks like he tanks a bunch of spells and dies, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So such is the way of it versus a Pugna.
If you're a Maiden, you have to be ready to die. And Bengen is the literal example of that, right? He's going to kill himself straight up. He doesn't even care. They don't even need to waste time on him. Atos almost done on Zip Zapper, so it's important that he doesn't die right now. That's going to be the first big point for them.
This is actually what I wanted to talk about very quickly. Is they're going to kill Kadaro a second time. He returns back to the place of his death to lay himself some more bones into the ground. Supreme, though, is back. Now with Ari, this could be a kill potentially onto Excalibur. He's very tanky, though. And in fact, with Gork TPing and Zip Zapper, they are looking to turn. The fight's here, though, for ITB.
Oh no, the biggest counter Bloodseeker's here. The TP comes out and Excalibur's out of here. He's safe. Gork, however, not going to be so safe. Damage is too high. They do kill Supreme in exchange, but Odeker will take a second kill here onto Zip Zapper as they want to finalize Bengen's life. Those axes will do the trick. And this time, ITB does take the team fight their way.
I told you, it's the biggest counter. Through and through, teleportation scroll.
Look, I knew about that. It's just that in the moment, I didn't really think about that. I thought you were referring to heroes, and I was very confused.
Well, I suppose.
Anyway, the amount of area damage that ITB has really came into play there, right? And Gork, that's why the BKB is also a necessity. Like, he might need to go Lincoln's BKB just to survive these fights. It's rough. It's a rough week.
Yeah, it is. Roar there just being used is going to easily facilitate that kill onto him. Not really much he could do about that until it's Lincoln's time. And, well, it's going to be Lincoln's time here pretty soon as he does have that full Lincoln's now in the quick buy. Again, a much better item these days. But, and in fact, when it's not first item, you know what? I think he got away with it. He did get punished once for this. And it seems as if, pardon me, ITB are very keen to do it a second time as Bengen is just simply dying here to everything. He's dying to the woodland creatures. He's dying to his own spells. It's going to be Shibe who gets the kill there. And Gork is thinking about farming one more wave. Might be punished for this. Supreme has a blink at the ready. Gork, can he get off the time lapse? No.
No, he won't. He's dead this time. They caught him the second time, however, Ari will pay for this. Maybe not. Life Drain? Not sufficient. Here's the big dragon fighting against DK, hoping to get the kill here. Kidaro's a target, however, much easier target to kill, but with a life drain, he lasts a little bit longer as Pablo falls next to him. Odeker finally joins the fray. There's a charge of the Beastmaster, and that's just secured 2 kills here for Odeker, who finished off Excalibur and Zip Zapper. Mate, the impact Shibe is having is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He's been playing out of his mind this whole game.
Yeah, I mean, again, the vision game is fantastic for them. He's doing amazing here with the wild axes. I didn't actually notice the dive bombs in that fight, but very good points. That also helps him get the jump on a couple of these heroes. And I really like the fact that Otakar as well joins his fight as Supreme, TPing away, just plenty of magic damage through a tanky Tiny. Without a stun, though, he is free to leave. What was really key there as well is that Bald were responding to an attempt on Gork's life, right? Gork, he decides to farm that one more wave top because I think it would have gotten him close to finishing Lincoln's. How much is this piece of paper? Not quite, but maybe it would have gotten him the full.
But he was getting there.
He was getting there for sure. But because he gets dove, Bald have to TP in, which makes it so that Otakar can actually rupture and get a kill because they can't just simply TP away. Having TP to the fight, Zip Zapper as well ends up falling. And this is something I wanted to bring up. I'm really surprised Zip Zapper decides to go for Rod of Atos this game over the Yule's Scepter. I think Yule's is slightly better this game for the defensive Dispel. You carry a Dispel for the silence that Ari has, but also its offensive utility, right? Allows you to dispel Blood Rage, allows you to dispel Decrepify. It can break a life drain as well. I don't know.
You know what?
I thought that was the move.
For the first point on the Ancient Seal, right, which is what you're commenting on, I would disagree. I think Atos is better because Atos gets the chance of killing you the Skywrath Mage, right? Whereas this doesn't. Or Yule's is worse as a killing item. But I think your second point is very on point. I think you're totally right. Be able to dispel offensively, and like you said,
Yeah, it's still good. Yeah. Ah. Oh, Ava, I need you to reconnect to the VMix, please. Unfortunately, we've lost you.
Dire's bottom tower
Yes,
is under attack.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I lost you just with a couple of seconds here. I'm
there
not
we
sure
go,
when
I'm
we
back.
lost you, Abba, but
Sorry
we were,
about that.
No worries here. As Excalibur is making a very aggressive dive in the mid lane, and he's going to be punished for that. Just kind of...
let me reiterate my point, because in very short words, Bloodseeker BKB really good, great timing, so strong. Ooh, careful, Ball Reborn.
Yeah, be careful. Especially when you blink into the middle of 3 enemy heroes, which is really weird.
It was
'cause they had a
more
ward
eloquently
here.
said.
It's a really weird blink
yeah.
by Excalibur. But either way, again, very difficult move to make because Shibe is on a boss hero, this Beastmaster hero, just incredible with the amount of vision he gives you. Again, especially with a Tiny, with a Skywrath Mage, it's like you just always know what's coming unless enemies are smoked. Bold haven't really connected on too many of their smokes yet this game, it feels.
Beastmaster is also a very impressive hero, right? Like, because of the Hawks that you just mentioned. So, it makes it difficult. Like, a lot of Bald Reborn's plays now will seem either, like, bad or, like, questionable, right? Because they just don't have any space to farm. And that's what happens when you don't have space to farm. Like, a team looks worse because they just don't know what they're supposed to do. They have to make plays. They can't just stay and, you know, just twiddle their thumbs. But at the same time... Twirl, sorry. But at the same time, Beastmaster controls the whole map. He has the towers that he's taking down as well, which gives him extra map control. The killing potential on ITB right now is crazy. So, Bald Reborn, they have to take some special strats here.
Supreme's going to bottle up that DD urn for a rainy day, and Clouds are mustering here. Let's see who they kind of gather over as the smoke through the triangle is just going to barely miss on Excalibur, who did stop and pick up a neutral item. Bengen as well is going to get out of the firing line for this smoke gank, which leaves Gork and Zip Zapper alone in the top lane. ITB, though, they might stop for Roche as Shib is thinking about it. So is the rest of ITB, and it seems like they're just going to go right on in.
Pablo's Courier tanked the gank, so they knew they couldn't go for a kill anymore, so they go for a static objective. And they're not basing this off, we're going to sneak off a Roche. It's like, we're just quick enough that we can take this before you can fight us, and they're correct about this. And at least Team Bald Reborn takes advantage this time, because they know the enemy team is at Roche, that they can just go and farm. So at least a little bit of recovery for them. Pablo has been cutting lanes, well played. Unfortunately, he's going to die for this. His Avalanche cancel the TP. Toss as well, throw the tree, no need. Supreme hits him one last time. Smacks
That's fine, he's got Wraith Pact. That buys you 30 seconds here, to be honest. And I think that's 30 seconds well worth as soon as you can get your Wraith Pact online. Excalibur as well, popping the Elder Dragon form just to move around the map. He is, again, in the firing line here, as is Bengen, as ITB are looking to clear out these heroes pushing the bottom lane. Warrior is going to be boosted. That'll give Bengen at least an item as he is going to vault away. TP in 6. Excalibur's already made it out, and it seems like ITV will be left empty-handed. Only a creep wave to claim. Oh, have I spoke too soon? Bengen? No way. No way. Yeah, Supreme sees him. Okay. What does he? Bengen's like, I will clear one more wave. I'm going to even ulti.
Honestly, better than just dying here and doing nothing, right? Freezing Field is not going to be the big team fight spell any longer. You're actually making a lot of space right now. You got a creep wave, like you said. Unfortunately, they also found Excalibur, so this is all for naught. But it was a good play.
It was a good play. Yeah, he's gonna make it out. Not quite alive, but yeah. Okay, so Bald are like desperately cutting waves, right? That's the 3rd hero now that they've lost. Second that they basically sacrificed. I would say Excalibur. Unfortunately, he gets picked off, but I'd say 3 sacrifices here. What are they buying time for? Gork has queued up the Ag Shard. I assume he's saving for buyback. That's why he's not purchased it yet. He's almost to the surplus necessary. Excalibur's kind of close to BKB, and so is Underlord. He's close to BKB. It just seems like, I don't know. Well, there's Zip Zapper. Nice play there.
With a rupture toss. Oh, so well done.
Looks good.
Yeah, you're right about that. Like, the problem, I mean, right now the shard is just a poor man's BKB in the sense that it's probably the biggest point of inflection that you can get for cheap, right? So that's why I think he's designed for the shard partially. Like, it's gonna be good for team fights. I don't think it's gonna be enough. But the problem also circles back to, oh, you're playing Carry Weaver, so I guess that's something that's unsolvable at this point. I do feel like you need Linken's and BKB to fight. Gork decides for that instead, as opposed to the Shard. It's going to take a little bit longer to get that BKB, but the impact will be higher, and I think this might actually allow you to win a fight, as opposed to the Shard, which will do not much.
Yep, I agree. I think Gork's teammates are having to die a lot because, well, he's playing Weaver, right? And even though he has Linken's, it's still a very dangerous Weaver game for all the reasons that we highlighted in the draft. So his team has to take very dangerous farm just to make sure that he doesn't get caught out and killed super easily. And so far, that's working out decently. He's farming pretty consistently underneath this ward. He's going to push one wave, farm another couple of camps, and that might just get him, actually, to the BKB. Hasn't gotten a lot of farm for the rest of Team Bald, though, as he's starting to really pull away from Excalibur, who is just 1,000 gold away, 900-ish from BKB. So he's also closing in on it here. The pressure is starting to be applied by ITB as they start poking up to the high ground with an Alpha Wolf as well.
Yeah, the Alpha Wolf. Big Alpha Wolf as well. Oh, Rupture. And they got the Snapfire. Snapfire, while only a support, a big defender of the high ground, right? So it's actually an important kill. Zip Zapper also got ruptured here. Otakar wants to go for the skill. Mystic Flare is not going to be enough. Otakar, considering it, the Glimmer Cape not enough to save him. As Otakar just goes back now. Together with Shiv as well, activating his BKB. There's the Mortimer's Kisses. Can they turn this into a single kill? With a toss, it's prevented as Otakar can just get away. Yeah. He still has the Aegis anyway, and the BKB.
Yeah, that didn't look super clean from Bald, I've got to be honest. They weren't on the same page. Excalibur was cutting one more wave mid. You can see he's done so with the Illusion Rune, and he was kind of running around here. He desperately wants BKB, and that's going to now push back Zip Zapper's BKB by quite a bit, as he's basically spent all of his saved up money for that buyback. Again, Snapfire, her net worth doesn't really matter anymore. She has her one key item. This time it's going to be the Wraith Pack, so whatever. And Excalibur, at least with that move, he is about to finish his own BKB. Gork as well should have his online shortly, and in fact already does. So they have these items online. If you're working with 2 less buybacks, Aegis is about to be reclaimed here in the next 30 seconds. Otakar is extremely farmed, though. Still has a 9-second charge himself on his own BKB and a full Skull Basher. So, you know, it's still quite an uphill battle, especially with an 11k net worth deficit, but you are going to have this double magic immunity to get you into these fights and to give you a fighting chance for Bald.
That's it, right? That's what you were waiting for the whole time, and will it be enough? We don't know, but this probably will be the best they'll get, right? That's the point that Bald is going for. And I agree. I think they were not really on the same page, because when you're losing, it's difficult as to what is the most optimal play, because most plays are suboptimal, right? Because you're losing. You don't have that fan of options. Right now, though, this is certainly the best play. The smoke is very clear, and let's see if they can get a good fight. Where's the Underlord? Oh, he's far away because Zip Zapper can just go with Fiend's Gate.
He can TP in. Supreme's going to break the smoke mid on creeps. Everyone else hidden behind him, quote-unquote, because they see Hawks and they see Otakar as well in the area. Excalibur thinking about making the jump in. Who will he go on, though?
Go for the Pugna first, BKB. Good use of the first BKB, however, Otakar still alive. He has a basher as well, so these BKBs are not the biggest issue to him, but Otakar is not getting healed by the Blood Rage, going for the DK instead. There's the Mystic Flare as well, destroying poor Zip Zapper. Excalibur is the first to fall. Finally, the Freezing Field comes out, immediately cancelled by this tiny avalanche. And a Pit of Malice keeps Otakar at bay for only a second as he quickly runs out of it. He's chasing Underlord in and out of that pit, but he will eventually get this kill. It's just a matter of time as Zip Zapper also, as Bengen also gets ripped, dies in the backlines, and Pablo, he's going to go up to the high ground, but die, unfortunately, to this Blood Right +4/+1 hit from the Bloodstone.
Really, really good fight there by ITB. I'm going to go ahead and cut this replay real quick, and I want you to focus on basically how many spells Underlord gets to cast this fight. Because, spoiler alert, it's not a lot, and it's got a lot to do here with this initial Blood Rights that we're about to see. And that severely hampers Bald in this fight, unfortunately. There's just absolutely no control whatsoever to deal with Otakar, and he's free to just run around in these fights through his BKB duration, yes, but also even once that expires, he's just moving around for free, essentially. And that's because, basically, Underlord's been silenced for like 9 seconds in this engagement. That's why I thought maybe Yule Scepter was the move this game.
I can see that. He is going for BKB to his defense, right? So that's his dispel, but that is taking forever. He just has the Ogre Axe right now. He did go for Shard in between it, which I think the point of that was the other 2 cores in his team already had BKBs. They were like, we have to fight in this timing. I think they were also correct about it, and he thought, I'll just buy the cheapest item that can have the most impact. Once again, that's going to be the Shard for Underlord, right? It just doesn't do enough. And also, now Otakar has a Blink Dagger, so this Pit of Malice canceling him is going to really change around. That Blink Dagger really allows Bloodseeker to cut through that Pit of Malice and play in choke points much more effectively.
And now soon with an Abyssal Blade, he's going to be able to cut through everyone else as the Primal Roar sets up for this one. They do turn very well onto Shibe, though. Now instead looking for Kadaro as Bork's going to pop the BKB and look to fight. Supreme pops one of his own as he forces away both supports. There's Kadaro down in exchange for Excalibur as well as Pablo, and Supreme's looking for a toss back.
He gets Zip Zapper, sends him back, and Zip Zapper tries to walk away to at least create some space, but unfortunately no time for him. ITB now can go up to the high ground, and they actually, in fact, find a CM too with that Blink Dagger on Otakar. Buyback immediately from the CM, but you still have no buybacks in the other 3 heroes that are dead right now. This could be 1 laner Axe. Maybe 2 if they win another fight.
Yeah, at least the 1. It's at worst 2 because there's a tier 2 standing in the top lane with the tower, tier 2 top kind of defending. You gotta be super careful though. One small mistake, a little bit of an overextension here with these Hawks can spell disaster. For now though, just the 1 lane. ITB will go ahead and back themselves up. Roche could be up as soon as now. It's gonna be 20 seconds. They'll be soon to figure that out as soon as this boar scouts Roche. Actually, they're going to need to summon another boar. It's going to time out slightly before, but still. Point being made is that they're going to go back and check Roche. They'll be very pleased to see that he's just respawned. There he is. Right away for Otakar. He can't even believe it. Can't believe his luck. Straight into Roche. Team Bald will be unable to mount a defense of this. And it'll go uncontested here to ITB. Mag Shard
Roche
on this one.
Yeah, what's the Shard for? I suppose
Skywrath, maybe?
Well, Skywrath Mage take it.
Yeah.
I have never... Oh, right, it's the new Shard. It was not the
Shield
stupid
of
intelligence
Scion.
one. Yeah. Oh, no, it is the dumb Shard. Yeah, it is the dumb bonus intelligence, bonus armor for no reason.
The bonus armor is okay.
They just gave it its name. This Shard is pretty underwhelming, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Shard fixes a lot of things that go wrong with Skywrath Mage. But to be honest, you're not dying, 30 minutes into the game on Skywrath Mage because you only have 4 armor.
Yeah, but who thought, oh yeah, I want to make Skywrath Mage bristleback. That's what he's missing.
I see it making sense. I see it making sense. This is something that the hero lacks, so you buy a Shard to kind of make up for it. Like, I think functionally, from a hero design perspective, it's neat. It's not good, but it is neat. As, there's our boy Zip Zapper in trouble, silenced and killed. Once again, did not get to cast a single spell. BKB is still quite a ways away. There's that damage mitigation coming into effect. Beautiful little effect there onto Otakar. Well, at least force him off the high ground. 8 hits on this bad boy. How many hits do you think it's going to take in the next patch?
What a specific question. I don't know, man. I have no clue. I don't know if that's what's gonna get changed, honestly. I think they're probably gonna make it immobile, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. I think it's going to take 4 hits as
DK
well.
gets sent. Okay, sure. DK gets sent back,
He's got buy.
and the tower will now fall.
Does that buy?
At least there's one lane of racks down bottom, right?
Yep. Yeah, and it's going to take him a couple seconds there. Zip Zapper does not have buyback, so he's going to just kind of wait. Oh, but they're going to have to go for it now because they found Gork, and they have not killed him. He gets the BKB and the time-lapse off. They're looking to turn now. The Kiss is doing immense damage here to Supreme, but he's still incredibly tanky as Zip Zapper, not silenced this time, does get off some spells, enabling the kill. Odeker, however, blinks away under the cover of the BKB. Bald Reborn, though, are chasing. They're looking for more. The Fiend's Gate is going to swing wide and whiff. Silence as well is going to allow Odeker potentially to get another blink off here in just 2 more seconds. The Abyssal is looking to turn, looking to fight. Odeker life steals an immense amount off of 1, make it 2. Now back to full HP. They're trying to force him away, but he's going to look to chase for more.
GG.
14 balls, throw in the towel. It looks like Beastmaster threw that hawk to that fire.
Dire victory.
Flippy Dream and ITB will equalize this series, forcing us into a 3rd game.